I'm sure you've seen this video from last Thursday. It was filmed in Buffalo, and we see a 75-year-old man pushed, and he falls back and he hits his head on the pavement. He then lies motionless as blood pools on the pavement, and as you can see, officers walk past. Well, the man who fell is Martin Gugino. He remains in hospital in a critical condition, and 2 police officers have subsequently been charged with assault. Those officers have pleaded not guilty, and they were applauded by fellow officers as they left court. Well, President Trump has now got involved in this incident. Today he tweeted this: Buffalo protester shoved by police, could be an Antifa provocateur. Martin Gugino was pushed away after appearing to scan police communications in order to black out the equipment. I watched, he fell harder than was pushed, was aiming scanner, could be a setup. Now, note, he references OANN, the One American News Network. It's unfailingly loyal to the president, and it ran a segment focused on a range of flimsy accusations about Martin Gugino. Those accusations had been posted on a right-wing website called the Conservative Treehouse. Here's part of the report that was broadcast.
A new report finds the latest tensions at the Buffalo Police Department could be a result of a false flag provocation by far-left group Antifa. According to the Conservative Treehouse Saturday, 75-year-old protester Martin Gugino, shoved by the Buffalo police at last week's protest, is a well-known activist bragging on social media about far-left views.
Well, President Trump's decision to tweet this conspiracy theory, as you may imagine, has been condemned in certain quarters. The former Republican Senator Jeff Flake says trafficking in conspiracy theories like these is beneath your office, Mr. President. This is what the New York governor, Andrew Cuomo, said about it.
What do you think it was? It was staged? You think the blood coming out of his head was staged? Is that what you're saying? You saw his head hit the pavement. You see blood on the pavement. Maybe he fell harder than he was pushed. How reckless, how irresponsible, how mean, how crude. I mean, if there was ever a reprehensible, dumb comment, and from the President of the United States, at this moment of anguish and anger, what does he do? Pours gasoline on the fire. If he ever feels a moment of decency, he should apologize for that tweet, because it is wholly unacceptable.
There's been no apology from the president. The Washington Post described the whole matter this way. Under a headline, Trump sides with deranged conspiracy theories over Black Lives Matter protesters. The article went on, the president finds it less believable that the Buffalo police pushed an elderly man to the ground, injuring him, than that a 75-year-old activist deployed sophisticated technology to track police on behalf of a shadowy far-left militant group and then threw himself on the ground in order to make the police look bad. The author of this piece goes on, what do we even do with that? Well, let's look at what the Republicans are doing with that. The party's National Committee spokesperson, Elizabeth Harrington, retweeted the president's original tweet before then deleting what she'd done. Republican Senators John Cornyn, Cory Gardner and Marco Rubio have all said they didn't see the president's tweet. In fact, Marco Rubio told CNN, I didn't see it, you're telling me about it. I don't read Twitter, I only write it. Senator Rubio frequently adds comments to retweets, which would be reasonably hard to do if you weren't reading Twitter. Anyway, whether he's seen it or not, it's another example of the president pushing misinformation and senior Republicans declining to condemn him for doing so.